What's up guys, Dark Deli here, and today we're doing something really special. We're going to be painting my new rifle. You guys know I love to do rifle paint jobs, and I usually make videos of them, though I didn't video the last one. So I'll show you that now. I'll show you all of them that I've painted. We're going to be doing this today, and this video is going to be in two parts. I think it's cool because A, paint jobs look cool on rifles. It makes your rifle just really pop and look cool, whether it's camo or whether it's bright or whatever. And B, a lot of people, I think, are kind of afraid to do paint jobs on their rifles. They're afraid they might mess some stuff up. So in this two-part video, this first part is going to be showing the rifle and showing all the parts on it, because I know a lot of you are curious as to exactly what this thing is made up of. And in the second part, we'll probably get to the painting process. Now, I apologize for the acoustics in here. I know they are horrible. I have videotaped outside my patio. I've videotaped inside my house. I've videotaped inside my garage. You guys have seen all my bikes. Today we are in the woodworking shop, and it's simply because it's too windy outside. Last time I taped the video outside, if you saw my May update, then you saw how I had to re-record over all the audio. It's too windy outside. Now I'll do the painting outside, and I'll just dub some music over it or something, or talk over it, but it's too windy to really record outside. Alright guys, so let's get to the rifle painting. Let's look at some of these rifles that I've already painted here. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this one, and you are going to love it. Trust me, you guys are. Let me grab this camera off here. And, alright. So, I brought them all in here. Alright, so, this is the first one I painted. I made a video on this, and you saw me paint this. Let's see if I can get a good focus on this. This is, yeah, again, this is my woodworking shop, everyone. There's a second floor up there. And yeah, radio, arm saw, miter saw, whatever, table saw. We got everything we need here. Sandblaster. We got everything we need here for good woodworking. But today we're here for these rifles. Alright. This is the first one that you ever saw me paint. And I did the Ghost Recon Future Soldier paint job on this. There's a video on this, and I'll have that linked in the description below if you're interested. And this was the first rifle I ever painted, and I wasn't exactly sure what I was doing. And it came out great. This rifle was originally brown. So first I put a base coat of black on it, then I did the blue, then I stenciled the white skull on it, and flipped it over here. You can see it's on both sides. I also did some white striping down up on the handguard. I tried to do as much as I could, like the Future Soldier ACR in Wildlands. Just Sling out of the way there. Actually, I'll just leave it on. So that was the first one I ever did, and I learned a lot. As you can see, okay, yes, let's take the sling off, because that's getting in the way. Just put it over here. Alright. You can see there's a lot of wear here, especially on the cheek weld, on the pistol grip. Actually, you can't really see it, but trust me, there's a lot of wear in the pistol grip. And then, of course, where I grip it up here, you can see a lot of the brown wearing through. And then there's a lot of black wearing through here. And on the other side, because this is where I usually grip it. The reason I have two grips on this thing is I grip it from the rear for accuracy and from the front for control. Because this is a full-length 16-inch rifle. That's just how I do it. A lot of it started to wear. Now, wear is cool. Wear makes a rifle look cool. Now, this is the second rifle that I painted right here. Now, this one I did a better job. Here, I knew what I was doing more. I knew, okay, so this is one of my other ARs. Let's have a look at it. This is actually a 22 caliber AR, and this one is designed for survival hunting, precision, things like that. This one's designed for close engagement if I have to, whatever. It's not designed to be camouflage, it's intimidating, etc. This is designed, well, I was going to fold the bipod, but it's kind of hard with one hand, but you can see it's got a bipod on it, got an optic on it. I've got backup sights in case I need them. This one is designed for survival hunting alone. If I need to hunt rabbits or raccoons or squirrels or whatever, perfect rifle. Now, when I painted this one, I knew what I was doing. Now, what you see is you only see two colors, really. Through the camera, you're probably only seeing two colors. You're seeing the green and the brown. Well, underneath that, there's actually has 4 layers of paint. And I also painted all the magazines that went with this one, and we're going to do that again. Well, I'm taking all the lessons I learned and moving them forward. Now, this guy, I learned a lot from that previous one. So with this guy, I put on 4 layers of paint, knowing how fast and easy that paint wears off. Once this dark green wears off, there's 2 different shades of brown underneath. Here, I'm going to show you. These are the colors I used on that one. I used, a dark green and a more olive drab and a coyote kind of sandstone brown, flat earth, kind of color. They're all under here. And I do believe I clear coated this as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I clear coated this as well. I clear coated that one too. As this starts wearing down, the camo will naturally come through it, and it'll just naturally come. Now, the zigzag pattern on this, that took about 100 feet of twine and about an hour, I shit you not, to get that zigzag pattern. So I did a much better job on this one. Today we are doing this rifle, this pistol, sorry. This is my newest AR, and let's go through it. And then in the second part of the video is probably where we'll get to the painting, because I'm not sure how long this is going to take. This one's, as you can see, it's all black, and we are going to paint this. Here's the fun part, guys. Here's the fun part. Drum roll, please. We're not going to paint it that color. We're not going to paint it that color or that color. Okay, this is clear coat. We will use the clear coat. We are going to paint this. Fuck yeah. Yeah. Apple red. Now, we're not painting the whole rifle red, of course not. What we're going to do, here's what we're going to do, guys. This is really interesting. Well, you see, it already has a lot of the red parts. It has like red anodized safety lever, charging handle, magazine release. And that got me thinking, wouldn't it be cool if what we did was a blood splatter paint job? And that's what we're going to do. Now, a lot of people would want to camo their rifle, but I think actually, let me get into this just real quick before we do this here. I think a large part of interdiction is not having to fire a rifle. And I think anyone who's ever fired a rifle would agree with that. A big part is if you don't have to fire it, it's a better day if you don't have to fire it. Now, camo is cool, but if your rifle looks intimidating, as this one will, you may not have to fire it at all. That's just my own philosophy. Let's get into this rifle here, and I'll show you what I'm going to, well, we'll get into I got stencils sitting over there, but we'll save that for the paint part of the video. So let's get into what makes up this rifle, because I know some people are curious as to what this is. First of all, the lower receiver. Well, I want to go tip to butt, like Garand thumb style, so let's go tip to butt. On the end, we have a standard, and I actually don't know the manufacturer of this. Okay, because I bought this rifle from a pawn shop as is. It just so happens this rifle has everything I want on it. All right, on the end, we got a standard 3-prong flash hider with a quick disconnect for a suppressor if I want it. I don't have a tack stent for a suppressor. I'm not big on suppressors, so I don't really care. All right, so moving back from the muzzle, we have a standard Magpul flip up. This is primed to be replaced. I just didn't have the money that day when I bought this rifle. I didn't have the money that day to replace that. What I want to put on it, this is, yeah, a fixed, like A2 front sight, That's what I want, is a fixed iron sight on this guy. Right. Moving down from there, we have an Enforced Wml Light. It's a really nice light. It's got a steady on and off, and you can just flip this lever, and then you have momentary. Put the lever back. If you double click it, you get strobe. And this is not something you would want to meet in a dark room. The Enforced Wml Light is a seriously good light. It's also going to run you about $125, depending on where you buy it from. So, but seriously good light. Now, the handguard you're seeing, this is, I know it's Magpul. I know it's a Magpul handguard. I don't know exactly, but it's, I don't know exactly the model number or anything like that. Let's see if I can get close. It's really, so it's M-LOK. It's an M-LOK handguard. It's really thin metal, but it's really strong. It's really strong, but it's really thin and lightweight, like skeletonized, So that's the handguard that I'm running on this guy. Now you see the paracord loop through it. That's all me. I just loop some paracord through it just to be tactical. I'll admit, guys, I did like an LVOA style paracord loop through the handguard just to look cool. Before we paint this, of course, we're gonna cut that paracord out. I need to redo that looping anyway. I could do it better. For the foregrip, what we have is a Strike Industries link curved foregrip. This is a great grip because you can use it as an angled grip, you can use it as a vertical grip, and it's got a nice hand stop in front. If I had a shorter muzzle to keep your hand from slipping up in front, because you don't want to shoot your own hand. All right, for the barrel, I'm actually not sure on the manufacturer of the barrel. I have looked all through this thing, but I will tell you, and I know you can't see it. It's got a nice, solid, thick barrel, 5.56 caliber 1.7 twist. I don't know the lining of the barrel. Again, I'm still learning about this gun myself, but this is exactly what I would have chosen. I want a nice, thick, straight barrel 1.7 twist. It does not heat up super fast. That's why I like thick barrels. It doesn't get super hot super fast. All right, moving back, let's do the sling. You see I have it taped up. This is what I like to do. Once I get a sling at the right length, you can see I have tape at every part of it. Once I get it set to the right length, I tape it so it doesn't slip. Now it's got a quick adjuster right here. This is a Magpul sling, by the way. Magpul sling. It's got a quick adjuster right here, which I can't really work with one hand, not while I'm holding a camera. But when you have this rifle shouldered, you can yank this with one hand. I need to kind of unfuck the tape here a bit. Anyway, so sling is attached by QD mounts here. And we're taking this off because we're going to want to take this off to do the painting process. So we're going to go ahead and the sling is attached up there and back here. Sometimes I also have a QD mount right there on the castle nut, and sometimes I run it there. So I run it in front of the magazine and then either off the buttstock or the end of the receiver extension. All right, so let's put that over on the table saw. Let's move back. Upper receiver on this guy. I actually don't know what the upper receiver is. Again, I bought this from a pawn shop, and I have identified everything I could, but I don't know the upper receiver. I would think it should have a forge marking right here, but it doesn't. The reason I say that is because this is I don't think it matters. I'll cover up the serial number. I really don't think it matters, but this is an Anderson lower receiver, which is a decent receiver. Actually, it is. It really is a decent receiver. It's a decent receiver. And you would think it would have an Anderson upper, but an Anderson upper would have a forge marking right in like this region, and it doesn't. So that part is a mystery, guys. Now, the rear sight, it had a Magpul flip up here, and I actually bought this to replace that. I want this as a backup sight. This is a chopped A2 rear sight. It's basically a carry handle without the handle. If you're not familiar with a chopped sight, it's basically a carry handle without the handle. We have you can see the elevation and windage knobs on it right there. It's an NC Star. It's only $30, but I'll tell you, it's a pretty good sight. Now we're going to take this off for the painting. We're just going to go ahead and let's just pop this completely off right now because I don't want to get paint on it. I'm going to show you what we are and are not going to tape off and what we are and are not going to take off. All right, now looking here, we have a Magpul bolt catch. I really like this. I was kind of sketchy at first. Let's see if we can get it in camera a little better because it's ambidextrous. It's an ambidextrous bolt catch. See if you can see it from the other side. You can see right here. Here, let me swap hands with the camera. You can see right here that here. Let's. I'm going to set the camera down and just. I'm going to drop this mag out. All right. What I did was I locked the bolt back. Hang on. Let's hold this with my left hand. Sorry guys. Sorry guys. You know me. I like to be candid and crazy. All right. So you can see we have the bolt locked back. Here's the magazine removed. There's nothing in there. The beautiful part about the ambi bolt catch is you can slam in a mag and then just flick it with your trigger finger without even moving your hand. It's fucking awesome. I actually really like it. My only slight concern, sorry, I'm switching hands with my camera. My only slight concern is that this extra intrusion in the trigger guard area might impede the using of cold weather gloves. Now it does not impede the use of, normally I wear mechanics gloves and it does not get in the way of those. Okay, so bolt's closed. Close ejection port cover. This mag is fully loaded, but the gun is not. Now, one thing some people may ask, as long as we're going tip to butt here, damn, it's hard to do that one-handed. Okay, it's really hard to do that one-handed. There we go. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, and so, okay, so moving backwards. Okay, the trigger I am not sure actually. This trigger is snappier than a damn saltine cracker. I think it's a Strike Industries. I think the trigger assembly, I think the trigger group is Strike Industries, but I'm not sure. But I will tell you, um, without, I was going to do like a Grand Thumb style ghost trigger move, but I'll just tell you, it's got about a 4 pound pull and about a 1 millimeter, 1 to 1.5 millimeter reset, and it's crispy as hell. Definitely a custom trigger. I'm just not sure who exactly makes it. You see here we have an ambi safety. You've already seen that. It's on both sides. And I'm not sure who makes the safety. Again, I haven't had this thing completely torn apart. Now you notice, here's the thing. Okay, it's on fire right now. Technically, it's on fire. It has a modified like 45-degree throw, which I really like that. Someone spent a lot of time modifying this rifle before they pawned it. That's why this was a gem. This was a serious gem. All right, and I'll tell you guys how much I paid for it. I paid $875 for this rifle, and this is probably about a $2,000 rifle. Someone worked a lot on this rifle and then pawned it, and I picked it up super cheap. I'll just tell you how much I paid for it. So anyway, here, see, someone put a lot of care into this. We got like a 45 or 50 or so degree modified throw in the safety, which I really like. Now, why do I keep it on fire? Shouldn't you keep your weapons on safe? The reason I keep my weapons on fire, you'll notice this on fire, that one's on fire, that one's on fire. That's my secret code for, that's how I know when a weapon is safe. The reason that is because, as you probably know with AR-15s, you can't put them on safe unless the weapon is charged. You literally can't put them on safe unless they're charged. So if I see them on safe, then I know that there's a round in the chamber and it's ready to go. If it's on fire, that's my secret code for I need to yank the charging handle and charge it. So that's why all my weapons are on fire. If you wanted to know, it's actually a safety precaution. When I see them on fire, I know that means I have to charge them. Right, so let's have a look at the internals. Let's see if we can do this with one hand. This pistol, actually comes apart pretty easy. I bet I can do it with one hand. Yep. All right, yeah, actually, this thing is smooth. Oh yeah, it's all metal, no polymer here. Like this one's all polymer. No polymer here, this is all metal. Comes apart nice and easy. Let's yank all this shit out here. Okay, bolt carrier group. This part is a damn mystery to me. This carrier has literally no markings on it. The carrier itself has literally no markings. I have been over this with a fine-tooth comb and a flashlight, and there's no markings, which I find suspicious and odd. Considering how much care is put into the rest of this pistol, I don't know why there's no markings on this bolt carrier. However, the bolt itself, let's see if we can move in here, is marked MPI, magnetic particle inspection. So the bolt is obviously super duper high quality bolt. I can't say for the carrier because it literally has no markings, and I've never heard of anything like this. I wouldn't think it'd be some Chinese crap because everything else in this rifle has been, there's been so much care put into everything else. So I'm not sure about the bolt itself. Trust me, I've had this thing all apart and looked all over it. All right, so let's put this aside. But being that the bolt itself is MPI, I'm going to go ahead and wager this is a good quality carrier. Let's put this somewhere where there's sawdust on this table. I don't want to get sawdust collecting on the oil because it's been oiled. I don't want to collect sawdust on it. Let's just sit here on top of the rifle. Charging handle, not the best charging handle in the world. Well, not my favorite. Strike Industries. It's a good charging handle. It's a damn good charging handle. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. Strike Industries, red anodized charging handle. It's damn good. It's got a great latch over here. Now, my favorite charging handle, just off topic, is this guy right here. This is ambidextrous. This is a Noveske super badass charging handle. That's literally what it's called, the super badass charging handle. This is my favorite, but I'm leaving it all on that gun. I'm going to leave it on that gun because that's where it goes. That's where it goes. And we're not talking about that one. All right, so let's move back from here. Let's see if we can see the bolt. Okay, fuck, I'll just set the bolt on the damn table. All right, so let's have a look. I don't think we can really see the trigger group in here. Really can't. I think it's Strike Industries, but again, you really just can't see it. For pistol brace, we have a Palmetto State Armory pistol brace. And it works really well. against the shoulder or on the arm, however you choose to use it. Palmetto State Armory pistol brace, really good. So yeah, this weapon is really kind of a bastardization of a lot of things. Like no part on this is from the same manufacturer, except there's a lot of Magpul stuff, but I think, oh yeah, Magpul MOE2 pistol grip. Sorry, I forgot that. A lot of stuff on this is Magpul. The handguard, the bolt catch, the pistol grip, well, the magazine that's in it. But Magpul makes good stuff, and everyone knows that. They're not the best, but they're good. I would say Magpul is a great midline manufacturer, and I think anyone would agree with that, except when it comes to pistol grips. Most people agree that most people do prefer the Magpul MOE2 pistol grip, and that's what actually all these ARs are running, that same grip. And a lot of people, I mean, they make some good shit, and everyone pretty much agrees. Let's see if I can assemble this bolt back one-handed. Let's see, here we go. Yep. Oops. Hang on. Got it. Oh. Got it. Now see if we can hit. Oh, my pin's out. The pin's slightly in. Hang on. Set my camera down real quick. My pin was slightly still engaged in the hole. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. All right. So that's every part on my new AR pistol that some of you may have been curious about. All right. So now I guess this is probably part 2 of the video.